Allow me to introduce myself. I represent the rent is too damn high party. People are working 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week and some a third job. Women can't afford to take care of their children, feed their children breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My main job is to provide a roof over your head, food on the table, and money in your pocket. This is politics as usual. Playing the silly game, but it's not going to happen. The rent too damn high movement, the people I'm here to represent can't afford to pay their rent. They're being laid off right now as I speak. They can't eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Listen, someone's stomach, child's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Hey, this is me, Jimmy McMillan. On a Thursday night, the president just finished making an announcement on the 8th of September. I was waiting for a speech, but he never gave a speech. He came on television with the same political rhetoric that's not good enough to help this country get out of the $14 trillion debt we're in and to create one job. And what the president did, when he opened his mouth, I knew right away with a few words that came out of his mouth wasn't enough to get this country on the right track and headed in the right direction. His $450 billion package is nothing but it's not even a package. It's just a bag of poison for the people. And the whole time, you can't do that. You do not, let me just first say, excuse me, I have nothing bad to say about the president. It has nothing to do with me like or disliking the president. I don't either, but my concern is the American people. The American people are sick and tired of this kind of politics where it's like getting in a car. And in order for you to move that car, you first got to put the key in it. So the first thing that happened tonight, the president didn't put the key in the ignition, which means he never made a speech. He made an announcement. And if the president would have made a speech, it should have went something like this. We're holding an We're holding an emergency meeting with governors of states. It's critical that governors of states, we must together simultaneously roll back the cost of living, reduce the cost of living. This is something this government administration will do with the governors of states. That's the key to the ignition. Governors of states is the ignition. And when you don't put the key into the governors of states, you've said nothing. You passing bills, and American public is not employed. And 9.2% or 1%, whichever, it's flip-flopping, whatever they said last week, 2%, this week, 1%. All of this is political rhetoric to make it sound good because this is an election year. I don't give a damn about the old people. My concern is the young people. The president haven't said nothing about young people. And his job creation plan is not a job creation plan. It's talk of job creation. A job creation plan must include the governors of states. You cannot, no governor, no president, no city council, no state assembly, no congressman, no house, no nothing can't do anything in this country without including the governors of states. They're the only ones that have the power to create the jobs to get this country on the right track. Because as the president give out all this money and all these $400 billion packages he planned to do, states are steady increasing their costs. They are raising property taxes. They are raising everything, light bill, gas bill, phone, everything is going up. A report came out yesterday, which was the 7th of September, in the newspaper, that personnel, an employee that worked for the sewer underground, was making nearly $800,000 a year, more than the mayor, the chancellor, more than all of the top executives of states put together. This has to stop. This is the problem. If you don't, a speech must include, if you realize the governors of states don't know, you must direct your speech to the governors of states. This is the only way you can jumpstart an economy. In the president's words, he put there, I'm looking at the computer now on what he want to do on jumpstarting the economy. There's nothing that he can even talk about jumpstarting the economy or boosting the economy if you don't include the governors of states. They are the key if we are to boost jobs and to push this in the pockets of the disparity of Americans. Mr. President, Barack Obama, you are starting to sound just like all those who got this country, got us into this mess. I appreciate you being there. I was hoping that you as a young person would come in and just totally revolutionize the way American politics is, but you have just joined in with the rest of them. And I disagree with everything that you're saying, because I know that is not the way you get this country on the right track. And on that note, I know some of you watch the so-called Republican presidential debate. They call it the GOP debate, which is a bunch of grumpy old people. I know you watch that clown show of Republican candidates running for president of the United States. I'm one myself, but they felt that I am not qualified. But let me tell you the problem I have. The people who are running for president, the ones who are getting all this exposure, all this #1 ratings by quote unquote CNN, and those who watch CNN and other whatever, they are responsible for this mess. If they were a former elected official, a governor of a state, they are responsible. They had a responsibility to create the jobs and keep the cost of living down in their state, and they did not. They went along with everyone else and ran businesses out of state. Mothers are working 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week, and some a third job in their state. The state looked like a combat zone, and they are running for president of the United States. And I'm having a difficult time getting on these debates, which for me is like a vacation. The campaign was pretty grueling and hard. I would fight hard and try to get on a debate with these grumpy old people, but they're not saying anything enough to scare anybody. No, the people are not going to vote for them anyway. They're just not saying enough to get the young people up and get involved in them. I would encourage the young people, before they vote for any one of my Republican colleagues, not to vote democratically if I don't get there. I am a Republican, but I'm not going to tolerate nonsense, is what Republican candidates are now talking a whole bunch of nonsense. I will not get on their side. I'd rather for the people to continue to Democrat Barack Obama if I don't get a chance to have a voice in here to help change this country around into a revolutionary way to make it better for all people, because the President Barack Obama right now do not know and don't have a clue, and neither does any of the Republican presidential candidates. They are responsible for the country being in the mess they're in, and they don't even know it. And that's where we're at right now. So once again, we're in a mess. And Jimmy McMillan, you can go to renttstodamnhigh.org, and you can go to McMillan2012.com and send some contributions to the presidential campaign that I'm now in. We haven't received any yet. Apparently the people don't think that we are worthy of anything. And once again, this is not for the young people. We are targeting, this is not for the old people. We are targeting the young people because they are the ones that are being shut out of this American dream. So we urge the American young people to rise up ASAP and get involved independently and come to this side, to Jimmy McMillan of the Republican Party for revolutionary change. I'm the founder of the Rent is Too Damn High establishment. So that's all I can tell you right now. Go to the YouTube videos and find out who I am and what I'm talking about and what I can do. I'm here to change the political landscape forever and for good, because the politicians your parents have voted for cannot count, and America is in the process where they cannot count. On another tape, I'm hoping I can explain what America need to do if I'm ever given that chance. If not, I have to continue making YouTube videos to help you understand why you support this. You should support this administration and this agenda, Jimmy McMillan, basically, to give me the voice before you decide to vote for anyone, because not one Republican candidate for president of the United States has said anything worth being elected president, because they are responsible for this mess we're in. And thank you for listening. This is Jimmy McMillan of Rent Talk Radio. And thank you for listening. Oh, renttalkradio.com. You'll find me there. Peace.